Okay, the polynomial 4x cubed plus px squared minus 11x plus q has a factor x minus 2. And when the polynomial is divided by x plus 1, the remainder is 9. So the first thing we're going to do is say f of x is equal to this. Okay, so we've got f of x is equal to 4x cubed plus px squared minus 11x plus q. Now x minus 2 is a factor. And remember then, if we've got x minus a as a factor, that implies that f of a is equal to 0. Okay, so if x minus 2 is a factor, then f of 2 is 0. Okay, so we're just going to plug 2 in here. And that will equal to 0. Okay, so 4 times 2 cubed, well 4 times 8 is 32, plus 2 squared is 4, minus 22 plus q is 0. So we have 4p plus q plus 10 is equal to 0. 32 take away 22 is 10. So then 4p plus q is equal to minus 10. Okay, so we've got that to be true there. Now we've got an equation, but we've got two unknowns, so we don't know p or we don't know q, so it's impossible to work it out here. However, they do give us another bit of information, don't they? They say when the polynomial is divided by x plus 1, the remainder is 9. So remember the theorem. So if f of x is divided by x minus a, then that means the remainder is equal to f of a. Okay, so it doesn't have to be 0. In this case it isn't. There's a remainder here of 9. So 9 is the remainder, okay, when it's divided by x plus 1. So we've got to think, what is a going to be then? Well, because you've got x minus a in this case has got to be negative 1, isn't it? And 2 minuses make a plus. So you've got negative 1 there. Okay, so f of minus 1 will be 9. So you're going to sub in then minus 1 in here. So 4 times minus 1 cubed plus p times minus 1 squared minus 11 times minus 1 plus q equals to 9. So you have minus 4 plus p plus 11 plus q equals to 9. So p plus q is equal to 2, I think, if that works out right. So minus 4 here, that's plus 11, so that comes to 7. And then because we've got 9 there, take the 7 over, and then it adds up to, you end up with 2. Okay, so now notice we've got another equation involving p and q. Okay, so how are we going to solve this? Well, if you notice, we've got an equation here, and we've got an equation here. So of course we've got two equations with two unknowns. Well, we know what we can do then. We can do simultaneous equations. Okay, so 4p plus q is minus 10. That's the first equation. And p plus q equals 2 is the second equation. Now these are easy to solve because you've just got single q's here. So we could just take away. So we could do 1 take away 2. So 4p take away p is 3p. Q take away q is 0. Minus 10 take away 2 is minus 12. So p will be minus 12 divided by 3, which is minus 4. Okay, which is what we want. Sub it then into 2. So p is minus 4 plus q is equal to 2. That implies then that q is equal to 6, which is exactly what they asked for. And then it says in b, hence then factorized 4x cubed minus 4x squared minus 11x plus 6. Well, we know, don't we? We know that x minus 2 is a factor. Okay, we just then need to work out what the other factors are going to be. Okay, well, we've got to put 4x squared there, yeah, because we want 4x cubed. We'll multiply it out plus bx plus c. So then if I look at the constant, okay, the constant here is 6. And then to get the constant here, I've got to do minus 2 times c, which is minus 2c. That implies then the c is minus 3. And if we look at the x squared, I've got minus 4 there in front of the x squared. And the x squared here, well, it'll be x times b, x, which is b, and minus 2 times 4, which is minus 8. That implies then that b is equal to 4. Okay? So, plug it in. 4x cubed minus 4x squared minus 11x plus 6 is x minus 2, 4x squared plus 4x minus 3. Okay, so then you can go and factorize this into a pair of brackets. Okay, I'm going to have a bit of a guess here. Okay, I might be wrong. So that could be x. So we could have 3, no, I think it's going to be 2x and 2x in both. And we're going to have 3 there and 1 there. So that's going to be that, I think. Let me just write that out again, so it's a bit neater. You can barely see that there. So 2x minus 1, 2x plus 3. Okay, but that's right there, that works out right. But, you know, obviously it doesn't matter how long it takes. You go through the process that you normally use to factorize and you get to the correct answer eventually.